Tragedy in every sense of the word in Atlanta. A 6-month-old baby shot to death by a stray bullet this week while riding in the car with his mom. Grayson Matthew Gray is the third child under 6 hurt by gun violence in the city so far this year. Grayson's mom, Kerri Gray, joins us now. Kerri, I can't imagine what you're going through. 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you're going shopping, and this happens. Can you give us an idea of what your day was like, where you were heading?
Yeah, I apologize. I wasn't expecting to see those pictures come across the screen, so that
No, I understand.
took me back a minute. So excuse me for a moment. Yeah, we were on our way to a market, just in the neighborhood. And I was driving up the hill, and you know how you get people that think you drive too slow, think you drive too fast, and they want to speed around. Well, that's what I thought the first car was doing. He just kind of whizzed by me. Well, the second car, as I was pulling into the parking lot, I saw a gun come out of the back window. And so initially I kind of like flinched a little bit, but I knew I was going into the parking lot and he was trying to get around me. So it was more of a fear, like a whew. And when my friend had gotten out and gone into the store, I jumped out to go check on Grayson because he was my first. So I'm a little paranoid about, when certain things happen. And when I opened up the back door, he was slumped over. And at first I just thought he was sleeping. And then I saw all the blood on his clothes, and basically the bullet had gone through the trunk and then right through Grayson.
Oh, my goodness. So then you rush to the hospital. They're unable to save him, and the suspects get away. Have you given any, the randomness of this crime, the time in which it happens, how have you been dealing with all this?
I have, his father has been a rock. His father showed up immediately. We just happened to be at 2 different places. So he came with me, stayed with me, held me up when they gave me the news. I still am having a hard time getting his blood off my hands. I have my father flew in by the grace of God, caught a flight immediately that very same day, and was here by midnight, because I don't have any other family here. So between my family, mother, father, and then his father, I've had a pretty good support system holding me up.
Right.
I have moments of where I feel like I'm fighting through dry cement, but I have my moments where I'll look at his favorite bear and smile and
Right.
remember that, he would spend the mornings, because he was just learning how to talk, just learning how to crawl. So, and he was very analytical. He was a smart baby. He was a fun baby. He was very laid back, very just unusual, as the doctor put it. He was an unusual baby. He had already been through so much in his short 6 months that the fight in him, it was one of the best things about him. It was beautiful.
What was he fighting through?
Well, he came home from the hospital at 5 pounds. We're not sure what caused our issues during labor, but he was an emergency C-section. Everything was, stat happened right away. Within, an hour, he was born. His heart rate started to drop rapidly, and
Wow.
they couldn't get it back up. So then he has tummy troubles, he had asthma, but he caught up very quickly, and he got to where he needed to be at his age, height-wise, weight-wise, and he
Right.
fought silently. He would just, when he was teething, he didn't sit there and cry and whine. And I got so many compliments on how well
What a
behaved he
great
was.
kid he was.
He
But
just
Kerri,
got there.
the mayor yesterday said, alongside the chief, the children are bearing the burden with their lives. I'm here to ask and demand that this stop right now. This has happened to other families, this brutal loss that you're experiencing, that everyone who sees Grayson is feeling. What is your message out there to those who would commit crimes like this, including the suspect who they've captured, and if it's the right guy, has a huge criminal past, including some form of child abuse? What is your message out there?
Grow up. Make better life choices, because the rest of the world cannot become your collateral damage because you had issues. Because I'm sorry to say, we've all had something we've had to deal with growing up, and the rest of the world has had to find a way to deal with our problems without gunfire. We've been able to use words, even fists at some point, or be the bigger person and walk away. But I'm telling you, we cannot be your collateral damage anymore. You have ruined lives. You have put fear in people that don't deserve it. This child had the opportunity to be anything he wanted to be, as intelligent and as strong as he was, just like his father,
Right.
just like his grandfather. He had the ability to be anything, just like these other children. You don't know what you just took away. These are our future. These children are our future. And you're killing it slowly because you made a poor life choice. So
Right.
make better choices.
And he took Grayson's life in the process, and there's just no excusing it. I appreciate you telling your story, and I appreciate your declaration and your message. We also would like to help, because obviously what you're going through, we can't help emotionally, but we can help financially. You can find information, we could find information on how you help. You're seeing it on the screen right now, everlove.com/life-of/Grayson-Gray. We'll have that on our website. Grayson Matthew Fleming Gray was only 6 months old. And I'd like to thank you, Kerri, for telling his story. We will not forget him, and I know you won't either. Thanks for
Thank you
joining us
very
today.
much.
You got it.
Thank you.